I had years ago a lawyer involved exposing a bunch of corruption in Arkansas, dealing with Bill Clinton murders from way back then, and then tied into Oklahoma City. And then when he was in a lawsuit with the feds, there were his emails to me like a decade ago in the file because it was all being grabbed. I mean, folks, explain to people, though, what they're setting up and what they're doing. See, that's why the web's slowing down. They're placing all their hubs, all their snoopers in front of it, so you've got to go through their switchers. You want to explain that to them?
Yeah. Basically what happened is when Microsoft took over corporation, okay, they started designing computers so that you had access to the Internet through a phone line, okay? And that's how the Internet started out. Well, as everything came along and technology progressed, they started taking out these little things like your DOS running programs in your computer or your hyperlink terminals in your computer because phone lines were obsolete. And the reason that they were doing that was because they had no monitoring system through a phone line or a DSL. It was tracked just like back in the early 90s when people used to do things like phone phreaking and call for free, long distance. And when the government figured out that we could still get our information and it couldn't be monitored, they automatically switched everything over into an ISP-protected network. And when that happened, they started raping you of your information from the get-go. And I would say that was probably somewhere in the midst of 97 until current.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, and they've got complete files on everybody. Now, don't let that intimidate you. They're the crooks. They're the dirty, peeping Toms, watching what you do, looking at what you do, in your bank accounts. They're the bad guys. They are the criminals. It's just disgusting.
You know, I would just like to let the American public know one thing. These people on the Internet that get blasted as hackers that are, you know, you see them crack an IDS security database and other such things, the American people need to know that these people are fighting for you and your freedoms. We're not the scumbag elite. We're trying to keep the information highways free so that you people can get this information. See, the general code of hacker elites usually work as, we won't do anything unless there's a probable cause for it. Well, now the government's giving us a probable cause to defend ourselves.
Well, we wouldn't have the Internet today if it wasn't for the hackers defending it for the last 20 years. And we know a lot of the bad hacking that we've seen has led right back to the feds provocateuring, or every time they want to restrict free speech or pass a hate law, we've caught them putting child porn out, putting Nazi stuff out, you know, going and hacking.
Anything tied to the U.S. Department of Justice, Homeland Security, any sort of the military branches, Air Force, Navy, anything. That's right. And it's staged just as much as Barack Obama's staged. You know, Alex, I would like to make a statement here and say, if there was a Messiah in our world, I would have to say it's you. Promoting everything that we need to know instead of the crap that's being filtered through TV that everybody eats up. It makes me absolutely disgusting to look at the TV and see the one. No person that's an elected official in the country of the United States should be promoted as Jesus Christ. And that scares me.
I hear you, my friend. Good to hear from you. Call back again, Brandon. I want to get to Scott, Arthur, Vicky, Aaron, because these calls are all so interesting. You want to hear the next one. And if you go too long, you don't get to hear the next one, but then you don't get to spend enough time with the last person. In fact, I had so many points I wanted to make, and then he said that thing about me, and it made me laugh, and I forgot him. The elites are ruthless. They're hurting us really, really bad right now. But they can't carry out their crimes and have a free internet. So that's why they're trying to shut it down right now, and they are. And that's why, folks, you should take the fact that you can see Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement online for free as something really valuable. You should take the fact that you can see Terror Storm or Loose Change Final Cut for free. They don't want that to happen for long. They've expunged it off of a lot of different servers and sites. You know, I'm so busy covering the news and things, I don't even really get into my films, but that's really a big part of the solution. And we may have to go back to, hand-to-hand giving people videos and books and things.